seasons in a row. Whistle now and a foul. That's by Indiana. Let's watch Patterson. Elkins trying to use some quickness to get around him, and there's the bump.
Patterson got to move his feet defensively. He had good pressure. You can see they're putting a lot of pressure way out on the floor. People inside going to have to be ready to help out when people get around him outside.
Jackson posts inside. He can't get the shot. This is 42. Brian Jackson outside for three. It's off, and Indiana has the ball.
Neil Reed and Charlie Miller need to get the ball inside to Alan Henderson and Brian Evans.
They go to Henderson, and he passes out. Miller, one dribble, and shot is off. So both teams having trouble from the field as Jackson brings it down all the way before he stopped. Outside, Elkins lungs the three, and that's why.
Indiana doing exactly what Evansville wants them to right now. Charlie Miller taking the shot, Patterson taking the shots. They don't want Evans and Henderson taking shots, and Indiana not doing a very good job offensively, getting the ball where it needs to be.
Neil Reed on a runner. It's off, so Indiana not getting very good shots early. 2-on-1 break. Layden and Jackson. Jackson goes all the way in a foul. Alan Henderson held his position.
Not a very good play by Evansville. He could have pulled up here. Jackson takes it all the way, and right here, if he just stops, he's got a little 10-foot bank shot. Instead, he's going to take it in on Alan Henderson. Alan Henderson got back very well. Nice positioning, takes the charge.
3-0. Evansville leads. 2.5 minutes in. Reed and Miller play catch. Henderson post. He gets the double team. A fall-away shot goes. So Alan Henderson puts Indiana on the board.
Got to go down there. Even a double team, Alan Henderson able to knock it in. And if you're used to watching Indiana double team a lot of good players, watch for Evansville to do the same type thing. Good drive by Jackson down the lane. Foul on Evans.
Some good quickness there. Jackson was out above the three-point lane. Was able to drive the lane and draw the foul.
You're going to put that much pressure outside. Your inside people have to be ready to help. You can see putting a lot of pressure, gets the step on him. Nobody comes over to help. Good job by Jackson of using his body, getting into Evans, gets a chance to take it to the line with 2 shots.
First foul on Evans. Jackson goes to the line. And a substitution already. Chris Quinn, 6'5" sophomore, is in, and Madison leaves. There's Jim Cruz, the Indiana bench. Good look at Jackson.
Back to my point as far as the Evansville defense, the same type of things that Indiana does when they double back and you get 2 guys on the post. Whenever Henderson gets the ball or Evans gets the ball down inside, you're going to see him double teamed all day because the same principles apply for Evansville.
Jackson hits both. Evansville leads at 5-2. Charlie Miller comes back to get the inbounds pass. Indiana running a high offense now. Miller's open for 3. Gets off. Layden with the board.
I think that's a good shot, though. They're really laying off of Reed, and they're laying off of Charlie Miller, basically saying, we want to see if you can make some shots. Travel on Elkins comes off that screen. A little too quick, still pumped up. As he mentioned in the pregame, this is the biggest game that he's ever played in, and he's really looking forward to playing against Bob Knight in Indiana. But Indiana going to have to hit some outside shots. If not, Evansville will continue to pack it inside.
3 turnovers now for Evansville.
You see, they aren't even guarding Charlie Miller. He's got to step into the free throw line. He's got to move into the free throw line rather than being out behind the 3-point line.
Evans will take it. He draws the foul, and that one was from beyond the 3-point line, so it'll be 3 free throws.
Indiana continues to try to get the ball in Henderson and Evans' hands. But you can see Evansville really going to pack it back in. Evans comes off, you can see he's behind the line. Evansville player just gets a little bit off balance, falls into Evans. And because of it, he'll take 3 free throws. And they start off right where they left off at Notre Dame. Shoot 24 of 40 at Notre Dame from the free throw line. Indiana, a team that not a great 3-point shooting team, so they really need to make it up from the free throw line. And when you shoot 24 of 40, that's not doing yourselves a very good job. There's another $25 to the Gleaners Food Bank from Noble Roman's Pizza. With this reminder, Noble Roman's breadsticks are made from scratch daily. So don't forget to order some the next time you have a pizza delivered. Noble Roman's, the better pizza people.
Evans makes 2 out of 3. It's 5-4 Evansville. Jackson and Reed matched up outside.
Neil Reed doing a nice job putting pressure on the ball, yet containing his man and not letting him get around and causing problems for the defense inside.
This is Brian Jackson. Elkins makes the move, and a tough shot is off. The rebound comes out long. Reed brings it down.
Got to get it into Patterson right there. He's got it. He's got it. You can see him really coming over. Charlie Miller. They continue to lay off, and he's got to get himself in position. Reed. And he takes off right where he left off in Notre Dame. Had a fantastic game. Had 18 points and hit a lot of big shots for Indiana in South Bend.
Indiana's first lead 7-5. So Neil Reed really coming into his own here early in his freshman year. Reed Jackson, good defense by Evans. This is Brian Jackson is also Evansville not afraid to take that three, and that's the shot that's hurt Indiana here early in the season. Charlie Miller has a three and passes up on it.
Charlie Miller's got to take that one dribble, make his player play him as Reed makes a one-on-one move. Not really what Coach Knight's looking for. If he wants to take the dribble and get inside, then you have to look. When your defense comes to you, you've got to look down inside to the post to feed the post.
And there's a post feed inside, reverse layup by Elkins. Foul on Henderson.
Poor communication by Indiana inside. Good job by Evansville. Good screen to set it up. You can see Elkins is going to come off. Well, we don't get a chance to see him, but he comes off a nice screen. Henderson gets caught up. Poor communication by Indiana. Good job of using the basket and getting inside. Good offensive sequence by Evansville.
Derek Loving, 22, is in for Evansville. Toby Madison back in, number 3. Evansville goes about 8 deep. See, Elkins had a big game. Western Michigan has been Evansville's only game. They won that ball game 63-51. So you can see they play defense. And so far they have in tonight's game 7-5. Indiana leads it.
I think it takes a little time getting used to the surroundings. You're not used to playing in a dome. There's no walls, no ceilings around. And sometimes shooting is what it affects most.
Timeout, 15-16 left. The score is Indiana 7, Evansville 6, and we'll be back after these messages.
You feel slighted. No one asked you before they designed those tiny airline seats, did they?
No.
No one asked you before they tore up the freeway, did they?
No.
The networks didn't ask you before they moved all your favorite shows, did they?
No.
You're frustrated.
Yeah!
Don't you wish that someone would listen to you for a change?
Yeah. Well, then call us. Call who?
Call Ameritech. We know how to listen, and we'll help design your phone around you.
Hello, Ameritech?
Holiday packages in the air. Holiday packages everywhere. Bright faces are all a-glowing. $20,000 could be showing. May all your hopes and dreams come true. This holiday wish is for you. Holiday packages in the air. Season's greetings from the lottery to you.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence. The experience to get the job done right and a reputation for quality. Having what you need on hand, putting the parts together for the best possible performance. Being in the pros takes a special brand of confidence, and for professionally trained technicians, that confidence is CarQuest. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
Back at the Dome where Indiana leads Evansville 7-6. Guys in the truck found an angle where we can actually see the screen here on the last play by Evansville. Not a big screen, but watch how Neil Reed doesn't help out. He stands, he's interested in his man. He's got to back off a couple steps. He's got to help Alan Henderson until Alan is able to get down to the position. Instead, no help. Gonna go to the line and shoot two.
Both teams struggled from the field. Pat Knight now in for Charlie Miller. Takes a shot right away. It's off. Rebound to Evansville. Foul on Patterson, going for the board.
Look for Evansville to lay off Pat Knight the same way they were doing with Charlie Miller. These players have not proven in previous games that they can step up and hit the shot. And until you do, Coach Cruz is going to continue to lay off down on Henderson and Evans, where the people they know that can score for Indiana.
We get a look at the IU bench. Michael Herman is not with the team today, and that's the only report we have from Sports Information Director Greg Elfman that Michael is not with the team today. Ball is tipped out of bounds. Losing control was Jackson. So 4 turnovers now for the Aces. Has given Indiana a chance to hold this lead because Indiana has not had a good start to in his first 5 minutes.
Watch the Evansville defense. You can see how crowded it's going to be around the free throw line and down inside. And it's all because the guards are going to pack it down in just like Indiana's defense does when they play against good, strong people inside.
This is kind of the way, Ted, to play a zone and still be in man-to-man.
Well, you're definitely going to be in man-to-man against Evans and Henderson, even Patterson inside. But outside, you're just really playing kind of a real soft man-to-man. And until somebody proves they can shoot the shot, they are playing a little bit more up on Neil Reed because he's proven to them that he can shoot the shot. But everybody else, they're really laying off of. Good pass.
Pat Knight dishes to Henderson.
Now that time, rather than taking the shot, Pat went inside, drew the defense to him, and then dropped it off. Great job by Pat Knight of getting the ball inside and getting it where it needs to be.
Patterson now matched up with Elkins in the corner. And a travel, that's Loving. Derek Loving gets trapped in the baseline. 5 turnovers. Jim Cruz won't be happy with that early stat, but his team's still in the game, 9-6.
One thing Coach Cruz very concerned about was coming into an atmosphere like this and turning the ball over and not getting off to a good start. Once again, good pass by Pat inside. That's a play Henderson has got to finish.
Andy Elkins brings it down 2-on-2. He goes to the hoop. And a nice shot, well under control that time to get a good shot.
Great play by Elkins. He knows what he can do. Did a nice job getting down inside, used his body inside. Good play.
He's got 6 of the 8 Evansville points. That's why he's their leader. Pat Knight, free throw line. Nothing but net there, so left wide open, he bangs that shot.
And if he does that time, and if he does it probably one more time, then that really creates problems for Evansville. Now all of a sudden, everything you've worked on all week, you're going to have to change around.
Elkins dishes off, and Indiana double teams on Layden. Possession arrow to the Hoosiers.
Just like a turnover. Once again, 3 of the last 4 times Evansville's been down the floor. They've traveled twice, and they've turned it over right there. 3 out of 4 turnovers. Something Coach Cruz not going to be happy with.
Scott Sparks, a 7-foot junior out of Vincennes Lincoln. He's the son of Dan Sparks, the coach at Vincennes Junior College. He enters the ball game. So Evansville goes with some height right now. Pat Knight out front. That's the open area that Evansville gives him. Jackson switches off. Pass to Patterson, stolen. Elkins. Shot fake. Oh, that would have been quite a play as he was leaning down to the right. Still got the shot away.
Really a great play by Elkins. You can tell he's really a heady, smart player. He is not at all trying to make this shot. He is just trying to, you can see, not a very good player by Patterson. That's a ball he's got to get at. But watch Elkins. He has no intent of trying to make this shot. Look at him lean over towards Reed. Reed did not have a hold of him. He's just leaning into him. Great heady play by Elkins to draw the foul on Neil Reed.
When the defense is off its feet and a contact is made, that foul is going to go against the defense as it did there. Elkins hits the first now with 7 points.
You can see he's very intense. He's very much into the game. Right now, Patterson 2 or 3 times down the floor. He's gotten the ball thrown to him inside, and he didn't have a very good game at Notre Dame, and he's not started out tonight very well either.
Indiana by 1. Reed gets good pressure. Henderson has it. Evans outside. It's off. Henderson with a good pass. And a whistle inside, foul on Evansville. So Indiana's getting the ball inside where they want it.
Doing a better job. That ball comes off the rim, and Alan Henderson once again always around the ball, rebounding. He has 3 guys around him. He's able to pass it to Patterson, and Patterson grabbed on the arm and go to the line and shoot 2.
6'8", 220 out of Abilene, Texas. Only 4 points against Notre Dame. But of those 6 rebounds, 5 were offensive, so he loves to roam in there. 12.5 points a game for Patterson.
There's another $25 into the Gleaners Food Bank from Noble Romans Pizza. With this reminder, bring a can of food for Gleaners to a Noble Romans Pizza anytime tomorrow and get a large hand-tossed pizza with 1 topping for just $5 tomorrow at Noble Romans.
Patterson hits 2 free throws. Indiana by 3. Low-scoring game. 12:34 left. Spread offense now by Evansville as they try to create a post-up situation inside.
Indiana continues to do a lot of switching inside. Takes a lot of good communication, travel.
No shot as Toby Madison gets called with the travel. Jim Cruz doesn't agree. And there's the showing, Tom Rucker. Todd Linneman checks in as Patterson comes out. Leads with 2 points.
Sparks not a real big, strong guy, the big guy for Evansville. I would look for Indiana to try to use Lindemann and his strength a little bit inside.
Henderson gets it on the baseline. Fall away jumper is good.
See, as soon as Lindemann comes into the game, they use his strength as far as getting people open.
That's 6 now for Henderson. And again, Elkins, that shot fake, drive to the basket, draws another foul.
There's a nice job. Smart player.
Number 34, Indiana, Ryan Evans. His second
We'll take a look at Indiana's last bucket. You can see Lindemann gets the screen right there. Henderson falling away a little bit, but a nice job. Nice shot right there. Good screen inside by Todd Lindemann. Now, the next time they try that, watch for Henderson to shot fake and go around. Once you hit a couple shots outside, it makes your entire offensive game much more effective.
Elkins will get the line with 2. That last foul on Evans, that's his second.
Henderson and Evans just cannot get in foul trouble for this Indiana team. As we saw the other night, once Henderson got in foul problems, it really puts a lot of pressure both defensively and offensively on the team.
Right now, Evans still in the game as Elkins hits both. And we've got timeout. We'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Sports Network.
You can be sure you're getting the lowest prices on tires at Raven with our double the difference price guarantee.
Raven Tire will give you double the difference back.
That's right. Raven Tire will give you double the difference back if within 30 days you find a lower advertised price on the same tire.
Yeah, you stand a better chance of getting struck by lightning. The Tri-State Rise on Raven. Raven Tire.
For the best quality at the best price, make the choice. Rogers Jewelers, where priceless diamonds are priced less. 1 week only, Rogers' entire inventory of diamond solitaires is half off the reference price. Yes, half price. All shapes and sizes of diamond solitaire rings, all diamond solitaire pendants, all diamond solitaire earrings are half off the reference price. Wow, half price. There's never been a better time to buy the perfect gift of love at the perfect price. Half price. Best quality, best price. The choice is clear. Rogers Jewelers, where priceless diamonds are priced less.
At Cook Chevrolet Geo, we asked people what they want from a car dealership. They said an affordable price and salespeople who aren't pushy. A service department that gets the job done on time. A place where they'll be greeted with a smile, whether they're looking for a new car or a set of spark plugs. At Cook Chevrolet Geo, we're trying hard to be what you want us to be. Cook Chevrolet Geo. Genuine Chevrolet. Genuine people.
This telecast is presented by the authority of the Big Ten Conference Incorporated and is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the prior written consent of the Big Ten Conference is prohibited. And we're ready for action. A close game as Indiana leads it by 3, and Andy Elkins leads the way for Evansville with 10.
One-man wrecking crew so far.
Pat Knight outside with a jumper.
Great heads-up play by Evans inside. That was not a pass.
Evans was there and gets the rebound basket. Indiana now by 5. Evans has to be careful. He's picked up 2 early fouls, but he's still in the lineup.
See, right there was a switch. Henderson and Evans switched off of Jackson and Elkins inside.
Pass deflected by Lindemann, so Evansville not afraid to bring Sparks out high, but that brings Lindemann with him.
Exactly. I think that's exactly what they want to do, is bring Sparks out high. That way they can try to post up Jackson and Elkins inside.
Neil Reed's played the whole way. There you see the three-point shooting, so neither team taking advantage there. And travel again, this time by Reed Jackson. 8 turnovers by Evansville. So Indiana now 5-point lead.
They're not moving their feet much, but they're just picking that foot up before they get the ball on the floor. And the Big Ten officials have really been banged on for a couple years, and they're really watching it. Great play by Jackson.
And now the lead pass to Loving. Reverse layup is good, so the defense there leads the offense.
See, good job by Loving of getting his feet underneath him before he tries to just lay it up. He does a nice job of making the catch, getting his feet underneath him, and then going up with a strong 2 points.
Lindemann, Henderson, and Evans work inside, trying to get each other open.
There's just not going to be a lot of shots inside.
Henderson.
That's just an individual move right there.
And it's a great one. 2 Evansville players on him, and from the other baseline he hits. At the other end, Scott Sparks beats all the Hoosiers down the floor, gets the easy layup. Henderson, quick shot is off. And a whistle from outside. That is Lindemann. Verl-Sell, the outside official, with that call.
Indiana last time doing a poor job getting back defensively. Henderson hits a big shot on the other end, a good one-on-one move, and then has to come all the way back down the floor, and they just give up an easy layup. Indiana's guard's going to have to do a better job of getting back, covering up.
Brian Jackson back in the lineup for Evansville.
I think Coach Cruz has to be very happy with the defense Evansville's playing right now. The only points that Indiana's basically scoring is off rebounds or off one-on-one moves. Alan Henderson's made a couple of one-on-one moves that have gotten him baskets, but they're not getting a lot of open shots down here on the Indiana end.
Sparks hits that first free throw.
Nice touch for big man.
Both. And now he'll be substituted for. Jeff Layden comes back in. But a good job by Sparks, and that's the Evansville crowd, as you can hear them. Just 1 point down now as we approach halfway through this first half of action. Pat Knight drives in, no foul, and rebound to Evansville. Jackson has it. And Indiana gets back in time to set up.
You look over there at the bench and you wonder who they could put in at that position that could hit that jump shot. And right now there's not a lot of people over there that have proven that they can hit that jump shot. That creates a lot of problems for Indiana offensively.
Good trap now, Evans and Reed. Leaves Madison open. He's off, and Henderson pulls it down.
Good block out by Alan Henderson. He found the man before he went after the ball, and because of it, he comes up with a good rebound for Indiana.
Baseline, Pat Knight. Keeps control. Henderson tries to post up now, immediately a double team.
Good job by Evansville.
Pat Knight, as Henderson finds the open man, and Knight takes it all the way in.
Great play made by Alan Henderson. He's very fortunate they didn't call a foul as he tried to clear himself out there. Here's a double team. This is exactly what Evansville's wanting to do. They want to get it down there. Yeah, they're going to pound on you a little bit, but that's just the way it goes. Patrick, this is one you'd like to see him get to the basket, get a three-point play, but he is going to have a chance to shoot 2 free throws.
3 of 4 this year. Good look at Henderson there. Celebrated his 22nd birthday yesterday. Pat Knight's at the line now, 3 of 4 for early in the season. And good with that one. The team came in last night here at the Dome about 6:30. Practice about an hour, and then came back this morning to work on some free throw shooting. And looks so far it's helped as Pat hits that first one right in front of the Evansville student section. Good on the second. As Layden and Lindemann both go down, the officials stop play to wipe up any wet area.
Yeah, I think more than anything, wasn't anybody knocking anybody down. I think he just slipped a little bit there on a wet spot.
Ron Felling, Bob Knight on the Indiana bench. And here we go. Here's Madison. He was a leading scorer in the state of Indiana his senior year in high school. 29-9 a game. There he is, number 3. So he can shoot it very well from the outside. This is Elkins' three-pointer. Good as Lindemann tried to put some pressure on, but Elkins able to get the shot away.
Do a nice job. They're very patient, continuing to work the ball around, and they've tied this game up.
13 points for Elkins. Neil Reed way outside, and he gets a three to match it. Neil Reed really coming on strong.
He's a tough competitor. He likes to have that ball in big situations. And from what I've seen the last couple games, I kind of like to have it in his hands too.
Indiana again by 3. Drive all the way by Layden. Shot is off. Rebound. Jackson and Reed again go after it, and Indiana has it.
Neil Reed makes a great individual play right here. I'm not so sure that he wasn't the guy that knocked it out, but Burl Sell said that Evansville touched it last. Coach Cruz, I don't think, agrees. Good drive by Layden down the lane. Reed comes in. Now watch him dive at it right here. The only way that it would have hit an Evansville player last is if it happened to have went off his foot. And in that replay, I really can't tell.
And Jim Cruz is off the bench trying to get that call back. It won't happen. Here's Henderson. Spin move. Off, but a foul as he's hit on the arm by Layden. Talked about the bombs in the pregame. We just saw a couple. And that's been a problem for Indiana.
You can
they
see
haven't gotten very many three-point shots.
Not only getting outscored, you can see the other teams have taken, what, 29 more shots from the three-point line than Indiana. So Indiana needs to get to the free throw line. That's where they need to make up that difference.
Well, you know, Indiana's not going to make it up by shooting more three-point shots. They're going to make it up by getting to the line and hitting many more free throws than their opponent, even out the field goals made, and then to compensate for a lack of three-point shooting, make it up at the free throw line.
And I think that, you know, defensively, they're just going to have to do a better job and not give up so many three-point shots. There's another $25 to the Gleaners Food Bank from Noble Roman's Pizza. And don't forget Noble Roman's delivery guarantee. Within 25 minutes after placing your delivery order, Noble Roman's will call to let you know your pizza is on its way or it's free.
Henderson makes 1 of 2. He now has 8. Long pass goes out of bounds. Indiana has possession.
Momentum moving in Indiana's direction a little bit. Coach Cruz very, very upset, continuing to harp on the call about down there in front of the Indiana bench where the ball was given to Indiana. Not very, very happy about that. Indiana has scored 4 points since that time.
At night, jumper outside is off. And Jackson has it.
You just have to continue to step up. You're going to call it on Sparks.
Reed Jackson misses on the shot. And Scott Sparks back in the lineup, draws the foul.
Last time Pat comes down, that's the shot he's got to take. It's not going to do any good to dribble in closer. He's a good enough shooter. You just got to gain the confidence. And if they're going to leave you open, you got to burn them with it. And right now, they continue to give him a 15-foot shot. And Coach Knight basically stood up to Pat and said, you just got to hit it.
Lindemann 61%. He's 8 of 13 from the line. And he gets the roll there with the 1-and-1. 26-21. Indiana by 5. And there's the Evansville bench. Lindemann long there. Brian Jackson boards. Sparks high outside. They look for Elkins to post inside on Henderson. Steal though by Evans.
2-on-1.
He gives it up, and Henderson finishes it.
Great play by Brian Evans. Alan Henderson's the one who gets the 2 points, but Brian Evans makes a great defensive play and then really set Henderson up for the easy dunk.
11 points now for Henderson, and he is very enthusiastically in the ball game. Shot is missed. Pat Knight has it. Indiana runs.
If Indiana scores here, I'd look for Evansville to get a timeout.
Pat Knight gets rid of it. And now back. Here's Evans. Turns. It's off, and Madison runs it down.
I think Coach Cruz wanted him to slow down a little bit, set things up, try to work the ball around, get inside, maybe get to the free throw line.
Here's Elkins. Nearly stepped out of bounds as he moved that back foot. Jackson.
Good pressure by Lindemann.
And Henderson boards. Evansville having trouble from the field. And Indiana doing a good job on the boards.
Indiana not getting a lot of sharp movement. It's tough inside when you got a guy that just lays back in the middle and really shuts everything off. Bad pass by Pat Knight.
Steal by Jackson. Floats in the lane and misses. And Evansville retains possession. Timeout now, 6:17 left. Indiana leads it 28-21. We'll be back after these messages.
Every morning when a GTE telephone customer picks up the phone, this is what they get. Every morning when they give someone a ring, this is how we answer. Every morning when they make a call without giving it a thought, it's because our network operations centers were awake all night, checking telephone lines, getting ready for this morning. Network operations centers from GTE spot problems before they happen. Another way, it's amazing what we can do together.
Here on the Outback, we play our own brand of football. Outback rules. No sidelines. No time limits. No telling which way the boomerang will bounce. Just the ultimate goal. Great steak. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
Announcing a healthcare breakthrough. 2 hospitals, 1 vision. St. Vincent and Community. Combining the best of 2 healthcare systems, improving quality and efficiencies while reducing cost. Providing greater access through more convenient locations by being where you are. Indiana's premier health network, assuring a better state of healthcare. The St. Vincent Community Health Network. We are where you are.
Back to the Dome where Indiana leads 28-21. Going to take a look at the last play. Brian Evans, watching come over, great anticipation. And then he sees he has Alan Henderson. He's not going to give it up until the last second. All Alan has to do is catch and dunk. Alan very fortunate. After he makes this, he's pumped up and he runs over a guy right here. That is a charge right there. He was very fortunate. I looked up real quick. None of the officials happened to be looking at that play. If they had been, he would have definitely gotten called for a charge.
There's the shooting. Both teams below where they want to be, but Toby Madison hits a 3-pointer from the outside and cuts the lead to 4.
And it's a big 3 when you come back off of an out-of-bounds play. I'm sure Coach Cruz had something set up. They ran it perfectly, and he got a good 3-point shot out of it.
Steal now by Madison.
Pat Knight got caught with no dribble.
4 on 2. And shot is off and hung on the rim, and Lindemann pulls it down. Loving with the reverse layup. It just falls off the rim.
Evansville very aware of Neil Reed's able to hit that shot. They really stay up on it. Great pass by Patrick. Good finish by Neil Reed. He gets hit, and yet he has enough about himself to get the ball up under the basket and get it in. Great chance for a 3-point play by Neil Reed.
You know, one of the things, Ted, about dropping back off of Patrick is it may give the shot up, but it gives him more room to drive. Notice how much time he's got. A couple dribbles, and now something's created inside. He gets the pass in.
And the thing that Indiana can't do is they can't back off and watch Patrick, because Indiana needs to continue to move. That time, Indiana continued to move, and you got a chance. You saw Neil Reed makes the catch, and he's not a real quick guy. He's not a big jumper, but he got that ball. He released it very quick and gets a chance at a 3-point play, and he's only going to get 2.
Gives him 8 now for the afternoon. So another good half by Neil Reed. Indiana by 6. Elkins looks like he lost control, and Indiana steals it. Steve Hart now in the lineup. 11 turnovers have hurt Evansville first half.
You can see they put Steve Hart in there where Pat Knight was, and they're going to continue to back off him. So we'll get a chance to see if he can step up and hit that first jump shot. Here they come over and help on Henderson. Good job by Evansville. Nice play by Reed to throw it over the top.
And Hart gets a pick from Lindemann and hits the jumper.
Reed recognized what's there. There's nothing down in the post. No need to throw it down in there. There's got to be an opening someplace, and he threw it across the top.
Shot fake by Layden, or that's Scott Sparks, 50. And he drew the foul.
Steve Hart is in the perfect position on this play. The only problem is he swings hard enough to knock it into about the 20th row. And all you're trying to do is, knock the shot away and maybe even pick it up and take it down to the other end. He swings hard. When you swing that hard, you're definitely going to get a foul. Good call by the official.
Or the ball's going to go out of bounds anyway, and they're going to get possession.
I mean, the greatest shot blocker ever was Bill Russell, and he wasn't a great shot blocker because he knocked him into the 3rd or 4th row. He was great because he would just touch it just enough so here one of his players could pick it up and they could go to the other end, and it turns into a turnover.
Sparks hits the free throws. Indiana now by 6. Motion offense inside. Henderson and Lindemann trying to get open. Reed does inside. And a fall-away jumper on the baseline.
Very active offensively, continues to move around in the offense and just takes what they're giving him. And a very, very good shot right there. Nice job of getting up in the air, getting squared to the basket.
10 first-half points. Inside, this is Jackson. Dishes back. Elkins loses it. And travel inside as Jackson got covered up by the Indiana defense.
Early in the game, Evansville did a nice job of getting it in and then getting it back out. Right now, they're getting it caught inside. There's not really anybody standing outside. They're going to have to spread the offense, spread it out, and slow down offensively.
Whistle outside.
Jackson. They're going to get Jackson.
Earl Sell with that whistle.
That's just a that's a frustration foul right there. They're frustrated. They've not been able to do anything about the last 2 or 3 minutes. And Coach Cruz is telling him, he says, what are you doing? I mean, if you just come down and you just shove somebody and shove him 2 or 3 times, they're going to call you for a foul.
It's going to put Brian Evans at the line. 4 points. So again, Evans has hung on to those 2 fouls and has not drawn that 3rd. But again, offensively, Indiana has not gotten a lot out of him here first half.
Teams have done a nice job of taking Evans out of the offense. Notre Dame did a good job of it. Billy Taylor up at Notre Dame did a great job of it the other evening. And so far, he's not been a big factor against Evansville here today.
And timeout. We'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Network.
Before the next U of U basketball game, come to Western Ribeye for a memorable meal. Start off with the area's best create-your-own salad bar. Then try one of the famous house specialties like steamed Alaskan king crab legs, marinated chicken breast, or a juicy ribeye steak. Make Western Ribeye a habit before the game.
My Mercury Villager is a minivan that drives like a car, so I call it a sport coupe for 7 people. It can help you handle the curves and help you handle your finances with value like this. Amazing when you consider Villager comes with V6 power, 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, airbag, and a sliding rear seat for quick loading. Villager. There's no mini in this minivan. Mercury Villager at your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
Along with the Glaciers, a string quartet, there are eagles and the finest cuisine, midnight sun, world-class service, and playful whales. Surely, there is no land on Earth more magnificent and wild than Alaska, and no way more civilized to see it than aboard the ships of Holland America.
Book now and receive up to 25% discount on Holland America Alaska cruises. For details, visit AAA Travel.
Sun Work Apparel has industrial workwear and uniforms at great prices. Shirts $2.50, pants $4, coveralls from $11.95, and insulated from $39.95. Sun Work Apparel, North Kentucky, south of Diamond, Evansville.
Indiana has stretched to their biggest lead now. It's 10 points. 3:58 left. It's been a scrappy game, and I think both coaches, Ted, have felt that the team could have played better. A lot of turnovers by Evansville. But right now, Indiana holding on to that lead. Alan Henderson doing a nice job. Big scoring run here by Indiana has taken it from a 1-point game up to 10.
Indiana's taken Elkins a little bit out of the Evansville offense. He had 10 points early when they were tied in the game, and now he's only scored 3 since they moved out to the big 10-point lead.
Evansville a little more patient this time down the floor.
I'm sure that was instructed to him at the timeout that they are not going to beat this Indiana team running up and down the floor.
So they try to work Elkins inside. This is Chris Quinn. Jackson with a three is off. Henderson with an easy board.
Indiana doing a nice job of sustaining their defense, not only playing good defense to start the sequence, but continuing on and making it very tough for Evansville to score.
Reed able to dribble and Will out there.
Good shot, though, for Indiana.
He misses the shot. Thought it was about a 10-footer. Reed Jackson always looking for Elkins.
Good pass.
Elkins with a great pass into Chris Quinn. Easy layup. Chris Quinn, the 6'5" sophomore out of South Bend St. Joe. 2 games in a row now, Ted. We've had a St. Joe Indian as an opponent.
St. Joe Indian. Only a guy from South Bend is there.
Steve Hart's in the lineup for Indiana. Henderson changes the shot.
Good pass.
Lindemann stolen by Jackson. He stepped on the line, so Indiana gets the turnover. Pretty quick hands there.
Good pass by Evans in that it's a tough passing angle, and he puts it in the only place the defense can't get it. Lindemann can come up with it. Lindemann going to have to be stronger with his hands. Coach Knight disappointed about the last sequence down when Indiana gives up an easy layup.
Robbie Eggers checks in for Lindemann. First action we've seen with Eggers in a while. Evans looks and gets it into Eggers. Here's the guy you want to handle, Reed. The drop back of Hart, and he takes the shot.
Got to. You got to come in and you got to take that shot.
Double team on the baseline. Henderson gets rid of it. Stolen now as Elkins comes up with it.
Bad play by Indiana. Just no way on a play like that. No defense contesting it. You just turn the ball because you're not able to catch the basketball. Evansville did a better job last time down the floor, running their offense, doing what Coach Cruz has set up for them. They've taken their time again this time.
Gravel outside by Sparks. Kind of unusual to see the big center outside as much as Evansville uses it. 14 turnovers. Jim Cruz shouts some instruction out there.
There's a little give and take to that when you bring the center out. As you look at the turnovers, Evansville already turned it over 14 times, going on a 30 turnover pace for the game. But when you bring your center out, you have to expect he's going to turn it over a couple times a game out there rather than handle it down inside.
Evans on the screen by Reed. Jumper is good, and a foul on Evansville. Brian Evans with a big play.
Brian Evans did a nice job. Indiana very patient. They did a nice job of screening. Evans able to come off the screen, get the ball, makes a good one-on-one post move right there. Then take a look at it. You can see, okay, Evans is down here in the sets a screen right here. Reed's going to give it up. You can see. We're going to get back to it here in just a second. Okay, here we take a look at it. Good job by Reed coming down. Evans gathers himself, leans in, goes up for the shot. Good play by Indiana. Good offense, good screening by the Indiana guards.
Evans leads with 9 points.
Got to have a switch. Good job by Robbie Eggers to come over there and help. That's not his man, but there's nobody else to pick him up right there. Good job by Eggers just off the bench to see what's going on and come in and make a big play in the game.
Jackson just dribbled it out of bounds. We're under 1:20 left, first half. Henderson between the legs to retain control. Hart floats to the baseline, wide open. He's off with it. Quinn rebounds. Elkins double team, and Loving is off, and Robbie Eggers with the board. So defense by Indiana has really sustained this lead first half. Henderson wheels inside and again draws the foul. So when Indiana's able to get inside, they've created some trouble for Evansville.
Looks like that's an opening on the floor where Indiana can kind of go at. Last time Evans was able to get in there. This time Henderson gets in there and makes the same type of play. Gathers himself, kind of a post move, spins to the basket, and gets whacked pretty good by Jackson.
Henderson in the line.
Henderson good on the first. He's played the entire first half. 12 points now.
Looks like Indiana's going to go into the locker room with a lead. It'll be interesting to see how this team can hold a lead. Last week, At Notre Dame earlier in the week, they were not able to do a very good job of holding the lead. Right now, they're up by 13.
Jackson in there. Elkins runs into the pick. That was Neil Reed stepping out on a pick, and Elkins ran right into him in front of the Indiana bench.
Evansville going to have to do a better job. They're a little frustrated right now. They're going to have to do a better job of coming down and running their offense. They've had a couple fouls that just not very good fouls. I'm sure Coach Crew's a little disappointed.
Neil Reed goes the line. Another good half by Reed. Jackson comes back in for Quinn.
Replacing number 13, Chris Quinn.
I think Evansville, it feels like a couple calls have went against them, and they've let that get them down. And I think that's a real key to a mature ball club that's able to come in. You know you're going to get some good calls. You're going to get some bad ones. If you get a bad one, you just go on to the other end of the floor, and you don't worry about it. So far, Evansville has let it. It's kind of let them get it down here. Let it get them down here in the first half, and because of it, Indiana's moved out to a 15-point lead.
Neil Reed hits 2 free throws. 12 points now for Reed. Indiana's biggest lead now is at 15. Pick and roll, but Hart there to help. 30 seconds as he gets around. Elkins goes all the way to hoop. Offensive foul. Reed Jackson was there in position, and Steve Hart draws a foul.
You know what? I really think that's a pretty good play, though. He used his athletic ability. Henderson is trying to screen him off as best he can. The only negative about it is Indiana could have taken the last shot there. They could have pulled the ball out. They could have taken the last shot, possibly gone to the locker room with a 17-point lead, 18-point lead, and at worst 15. And right now they're going to give Evansville another chance to come down and score points.
So now Evansville does get the last shot. The shot clock off. You see the game clock on the right. Great first half defensively by Indiana to go along with some poor Evansville shooting. Jackson outside, waits for the clock to get down to 10. Elkins nearly pulled that foot. Tough shot is off. Rebound is pulled down by Hart. Charlie Miller with a half-court shot. It's off, and the buzzer sounds to end the half, and these Indiana fans pretty pleased with the scoring here. 43 for Indiana, Evansville 28. Dan Dockage and Bob Knight leave a pretty good defensive effort by the Indiana Hoosiers. We'll be back with our halftime after these messages.
Communications have brought our world so much closer together that
Indiana comes with Neil Reed, Steve Hart, Alan Henderson, Andre Patterson, and Brian Evans. Now you see the starting guards. Second half, Hart and Reed.
And I know you're tired of hearing it at home. They're going to say, here Kitchell comes again. He's going to tell us about the first 5 minutes, how important they are in the second half. But I think we found out the other night how important they really are. And we'll see tonight or this afternoon what happens to this Indiana team. I'm sure that it was mentioned to them at halftime about how they started the other evening.
Now, mental approach is so important with this team. They've got good talent out there, good players, but it's the mental side of the game that cost them at Notre Dame by letting them get back into the game. This is exactly where they are now with Evansville. Outside shot is off. Brian Evans with the board. So a good first possession defensively for Indiana. Here's Henderson. Takes the first jumper and good from the outside. So Indiana's confidence very high here to start the second half. Good pass down. It's off as Layton had a good shot from the baseline. As Indiana a little slow getting back.
Neil Reed did a good job the first time down, finding Alan Henderson right away, getting the team off to a good start in the second half.
Reed on the dribble. And a whistle inside. That's a hold. Layden gets called for the foul as Henderson again continues to fight for that inside position.
He's trying to muscle him inside. I don't know why in that situation you don't let him go, because he's trying to go away from the ball. If he's my man, I want to get him as far away from the ball as possible. Instead, he's just kind of holding him inside, and it's right in front of the referee, and you're just not going to get away with it.
There's Jim Cruz and Steve Bennett trying to figure out what Evansville can do to get back in this game.
Continue to lay off. It's short.
Steve Hart misses. Henderson tries to board, but he stepped on the out-of-bounds line as he came in to grab the ball. So out of bounds, gives it back to Evansville.
You mentioned the mental approach, and it's so important to everything you do. I mean, I know that Steve Hart has stood up and been able to hit that shot. If you gave him 100, he probably would never shoot an air ball, and then he comes out and shoots an air ball. So it's just mentally, he just doesn't have the confidence to step up and hit that shot yet.
Andy Elkins gets 2 here early in the second half. Neil Reed on a floater, and he floated to the left instead of toward the basket. It's off. Elkins coming down, and as he's expected to do, he's leading this Evansville team. He got 2 straight baskets. Indiana by 13.
Bad shot by Neil Reed. You just don't come down to a little one-on-one move. You got to get other people involved. You got to make them play defense.
Evansville, the double team, gives it off to Reed, a three-pointer.
You can see they make a couple extra passes. They get some people moving. They get the defense moving, and you see what happens. Brian Evans, an excellent passer. Now watch Evans. The last time down, Evans, we take this shot right here. Instead, he picks it up. Reed continues to move, does a nice job using his body, getting inside, has a chance at a three-point play.
He's got good body control. We've seen several times he's floating around and still able to make some shots. And I guess to me it still looks like sometimes they're bad shots, but if we can continue to see him do that, obviously we'll know he's been practicing those kind of shots and can hit them. He makes the three-point play and gets Indiana back up by 16.
But once again, even when Evans doesn't score points, he is so important to the offense because he gets the ball where it needs to be.
Oh, Henderson in good defensive position gets called for the hold. 2 fouls on Henderson. And Dockage, Bob Knight on the Indiana bench. They know how valuable Henderson is for Indiana to stay in the lineup. Those are the tough ones. 35 feet from the basket on a pass, drawing a foul. Elkins now. Shot is off. Patterson goes up. And Layden is right there for the rebound. Jeff Layden gets 2. Easy rebound basket.
No way Allen's going to get. Oh, great pass by Patterson inside. Good movement by the Indiana offense. Again, making the extra pass, and they get an easy layup out of it.
11 points now for Evans. He gets the easy feed. Drive to the hoop all the way by Jackson. And that foul goes on Evans. So when the one-on-one move is made, Ted, it's the other players. When a player's beaten, they've got to be there to help, and that's probably what they're talking about right now.
Yeah, right here, he didn't get anybody to help, but not a very smart play by Evans. You can see good read of the defense right there. Patterson sees Evans going backdoor. Then he comes down to the other end. He gets beat, and the guy's going to have to make a left-handed shot off the glass. And instead of going up and fouling him, I think Brian Evans, it's more important for him to be in the game. I mean, we can't let him go out of the game with foul trouble. I think it's better just to keep your position, and if he makes the shot, you got to pat him on the butt and say it was a great play.
Reed Jackson, 1 of 2. He got 15 in the first game, so he's well below his season's average now with 3 points. Henderson, quick off the dribble. Shot is off. Elkins has him. Indiana's back. Madison. Leaner on the baseline is good, so Evansville some good confidence now in their shooting. 5 for Toby Madison. Lead is 13. Standing around right now by Indiana.
It just really makes it tough to run anything when you got the one guy down there. There we go. Steve Hart able to step out. If he could just hit a couple of those in a row, then Evansville's going to have to come out and guard him. I think it would really help his confidence.
He's got 4. Good trap. Jackson tried to get the pass inside, and Patterson reached over to knock it out of bounds. There's Jim Cruz. Had a chance to visit with he and his wife Kim, his 2 children, Todd and Abby. Came up on the trip. Madison misses from the outside.
Good rebound by Evans. Nice block out by Indiana.
Hart's looking for that shot now. That's a good sign. Out. Double team. He's got to come back. Back over to Reed. Now he's ready. Steve Hart, another jumper. He's got 6 points.
Indiana did a nice job because he had that shot right away, but he did a nice job of passing it around, getting into a rhythm, and then taking the shot.
Well, Jackson really went down as Patterson tried to block that shot. The officials blow the whistle, and they want to check Jackson. He really slammed hard on that floor, and he's a little dazed right there. Evansville trainer and Coach Jim Cruz come out. Timeout. We're going to go with a timeout. 15:41 left. Indiana leads at 54-37. We'll be back after these messages.
The other day I get in my car, won't start. No small problem, right? Well, I figure it's the battery, so I go down to the AutoZone and I tell him what I need. The guy says to me, let's check your old one first. It might not be the problem. Turns out he was right. All I needed was a new battery cable. Talk about saving money. Now you tell me, would another parts store done that? They made sure I got exactly what I needed. Now I'll remember that. Believe me, I will.
Our world today was conceived in the minds of men and women and set into motion by human hands. From strength and force to delicate precision, nothing matches the sophistication and output of the hand, wrist, elbow, and shoulder. As pioneers in all conditions of the upper extremity, the Indiana Hand Center physicians have developed surgical and rehabilitation techniques and equipment used throughout the world. Our goal, to efficiently and cost-effectively return the patient to an active life. The Indiana Hand Center.
There's a wonderful bedrock of strength in the citizens of the great state of Indiana, composed of connectedness, friendship, loyalty, kinship. While some might say these values are old-fashioned, Citizens Insurance holds them in high esteem. A respect for lasting relationships keeps our customers loyal and has made us financially strong, able to offer our customers home, auto, and business insurance at fair and honest prices. At Citizens, our friendship is our bond, just like the good citizens of Indiana.
Back at the Dome where Indiana leads 54-37. We're going to take a look at that last play. Take a listen. You can see it goes down hard and boom. That was
Jackson hitting the floor. Yeah. 2:15. It looked like as he pushed off on hard, he lost his balance. His feet came up from under him and slammed down on the floor. He looks all right though on the Evansville bench. Neil Reed, shot fake, one dribble, and he cans another one. Neil Reed, very impressive in tonight's ball game. 17 points.
And very important to the Indiana offense because we need somebody hitting the shot from outside, and he's really done the job.
Madison off, Evans with the board. Fast break by Indiana. Hart. He wants to take that shot. The defense has given it to him, but not with no offensive pattern yet. They go to Evans instead. And Elkins rebound.
A good play by Hart to pull it out. There's no need to take that quick a shot when you get a 19-point lead.
Elkins tries to draw the foul and does again, Ted. Second time now he's done that.
Yeah, I really don't know if there's much contact. Neil Reed is trying to get by Elkins, and Elkins really goes after the defender. I mean, he after he fakes, watch him go after. Reed's trying to avoid him, and he really goes after, which is a good, smart play to get you to the foul line. In the first half, he did it and got away with it. He tried to do it.
Jackson's going to go back to the locker room right now. You see the Evansville trainer. I'll try to keep you updated on his condition.
Indiana's really shut Jackson down today. Only 3 points and 3 rebounds. In the first half, he had 6 turnovers and only 2 points.
Elkins is off on that second free throw. Reed brings it down. Indiana's had the ball in Reed's hand quite a bit. I tell you, Ted, you understand that travel call, because even before that official has it, I think you're seeing it, and you're right again. Bob Knight knows you're right.
Well, the Indiana offense has opened up a lot more the last couple times down the floor, and that's all because Steve Hart hits 2 jump shots in a row. Now they've got to start guarding him, and you're going to see a lot more people handling the basketball now on the Indiana offense.
Layden and Eggers outside. Jackson and Hart, good pick that time. They got Loving an easy layup as Evansville moves the ball inside.
Great ball movement, good interior passing by Evansville. See, they're jamming it back in there again. Get a couple passes, and you'll get that shot, the same shot you've got right now. Get into the offense, get things moving.
Reed shot fake, baseline, and a foul on the push. That time it's Brian Jackson. Reed's a smart, heady player. He plays tough. He's got a good jump shot. Watch the defense now by Indiana here.
Probably more importantly, the offense by Evansville. Good job here by Evansville. Nice screen. And then reading you see how Loving was moving out, and instead all of a sudden changed, went back to the basket, got an easy backdoor basket. Long shot by Reed.
Three-pointer on the out-of-bounds play. Saved by Hart. Dribbles in the lane and a foul. And that's going to be a block.
He's back in. That's Jackson. He's back in.
I think that was